Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Teamendless83podcast in the building, man. Glad to be here for you this week. Endless on the chest, you know what it do. Yes, sir. Never Jersey, baby. You know what it is. Alright, coming at you giving you results, not reasons. Coming at you giving you stats. Alright, great week of football, great week of sports, right in the thick of things. Alright, we're going to get strictly straight down to business today. Alright, start it off. Everybody be safe. Spread the love. Each one teach one. It's enough to go around for everybody. Uplift, encourage, trust God, trust the process. God is, God did. Follow Teamendless83podcast on IG, Facebook, Coach Kenyon McAfee, YouTube channel, Kenyon McAfee 3191. Go subscribe, like to that, share it. Alright. Follow my testimony on YouTube, Kenyon McAfee Choices Interlude, a true testimony. Go like, subscribe that under the WEEEK page. Alright, the Word of Prayer page. Like, subscribe, share it. Tell you about my motorcycle accident. Alright, how I survived it July 28th, 2020. Spread the good news, how God is real. Alright, save my life. Go watch it, 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 go watch it. Alright, I'm gonna get these intros out the way. Alright, shout out to $1 million worth of game. Math Hoffa, these are all the podcasts and people that inspired me do my podcast and other things I've been watching over the years. $1 million worth of game, Math Hoffa, Gil's Arenas, Drink Champs, Joe Button Podcast, Pivot Podcast, Breakfast Club, It Is What It Is Podcast, Vlad TV, DJ Academics, All the Smoke, Nightcap Podcast, Stephen A. Smith Podcast, First Take, First Things First, Colin Cowherd, RP Coach Lynch, RP Radio, RP Miss Riddick, shout out Young L, be home in a minute, baby. Shout out Sula High School football team. They got the dub this weekend over Duval. I think it was 44-0. Shout out Peppermill. They got the win over Ridge Road, 14-13. Shout out Peppermill. Shout out Lil West. The Body Snatchers. Shout y'all out, baby. You know what it is. You know what it do. I think that's pretty much all the youth football I watched this weekend. Shout out Coach Horse. I think they won their game. Bowie Bulldogs. 8U, I believe. They won. Said he got a nice pass. Y'all go check him out, man. Coach Horse, one of the best coaches of all time, man. Underrated, underrated. First play of the game, he went up top, got the touchdown. Shout out Coach E. You know what it is, you know what to do. Shout out, of course, you know what I'm saying, where I come from. Born and raised Washington, D.C., Northwest. Shout out Cali for 3 years, of course. San Diego. Come back over. Shout out District Heights, 11B. Been there since 96. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Baltimore. Was out there for a year. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm back home. Find me where you find me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. You know what it do. Alright, now we got that out the way. Alright, let's get down to business. Alright, Teamendless83 podcast, episode 44, NFL Week 5, titled Comeback Season. If you go watch it on Instagram, you know why. Tasha Cobb opened the Instagram, break the chains is falling. If you want the music, go follow it on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You get the music. If you just watch it on YouTube, cool. Alright, outro music is on Instagram as well. Every week, intro music, outro music. Tell you how I'm feeling. Tell you what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? How I'm feeling, what's going on. Alright? Let's go. Thursday, October 3rd, 2024. Buccaneers versus the Falcons. The Falcons won 36-30. Final in overtime. The Falcons won that game. Alright, Sunday, October 6th. Ravens versus the Bengals. Ravens won 41-38. in overtime. That was a great game. Definitely a great game. Definitely a great game. Alright, Browns versus the Commanders. Shout out to the Commanders, Washington football team, Redskins. Of course, it's in the background. You know what it is. You know what it do. Alright, Commanders 34-13 over the Browns. Alright, Jets versus the Vikings. The Vikings get the win, 23-17. Aaron Rodgers ain't looking good. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The Vikings are looking like a well-oiled machine out there. Alright, you got the Colts versus the Jaguars. The Jaguars won 37-34. You had the Dolphins versus the Patriots. The Dolphins won 15-10. You had the Bills versus the Texans. The Texans won 23-20. You had the Panthers versus the Bears. The Bears won 36-10. You had the Raiders versus the Broncos. The Broncos won 34-18. You had the 49ers. You had the Cardinals versus the 49ers. That was a good game. It surprised me. But the Cardinals won 24-23. You had the Packers versus the Rams. The Packers won 24-19. You had the Giants versus the Seahawks. The Giants won 29-20. I was surprised on that victory as well. Cowboys versus the Steelers. Definitely surprised on that one. The Cowboys put it off the rain delay, 20-17. Monday night, October 17th, the game was the Saints. Hold on. October 7th, I believe. October 7th. Yeah, it could have been the 17th. October 7th. Monday night, the Saints versus the Chiefs. The Chiefs win again, 26-13. Chiefs win again, 26-13. Alright, NFL Week 6, Thursday. These are my picks. I don't bet. I'm going to give you my picks. I'm going to give you the time, the channel, the spread, the total, the money line. I don't gamble. I'm just giving you the information. Alright, NFL Week 6, Thursday, October 10th. 49ers 2-3 versus the Seahawks 3-2, 8:15. Prime Video, 8:15 kickoff, Prime Video. The spread is San Francisco -3.5. The total is 47.5. The money line is Seattle plus 150. I'm going with the 49ers to win that game. Sunday's games. Sunday, October 13th, 2024. Commanders 4-1 versus the Ravens 3-2. 1 p.m. kick, CBS. The spread is Baltimore -6.5. The total is 52.5. The money line is Washington plus 230. I'm going with the Commanders in the Battle of the Beltway. Should be a great game. I'm betting that with my heart. I hope the Commanders win. It's going to be a tough game. I can't wait for that game at 1 o'clock. All right, you got the NFL London game. The Jaguars 1-4 versus the Bears 3-2, 9:30 a.m. on NFL Network. The spread is Chicago -25. The total is 44.5. The money line is Jacksonville plus 115. I'm going with the Bears. All right, the Texans 4-1 versus the Patriots 1-4. 1 p.m. kick, CBS. The spread is Houston -7. The total is 37.5. The money line is New England plus 260. I am going with the Texans. The Browns is 1-4 versus the Eagles 2-2. 1 p.m. kick, Fox. The spread is Philly -8. The total is 43.5. The money line is Cleveland plus 340. I'm going with the Eagles. Alright, Sunday, October 13th, 2024 still. Cardinals 2-3 versus the Packers 3-2, 1 p.m. kick. The spread is Green Bay -5, Fox on Fox. 1 p.m. kick on Fox. The spread is Green Bay -5. The total is 49.5. The money line is Arizona plus 195. I'm going with the Packers. The Buccaneers is 3-2 versus the Saints 2-3. 1 p.m. kick on Fox. The spread is New Orleans -2. The total is 45.5. The money line is Tampa Bay 105. I'm going with the Saints to win that game. The Colts is 2-3 versus the Titans 1-3. 1 p.m. kick, CBS. The spread is the Colts -1. The total is 42.5. The money line is Tennessee -105. I'm going with the Colts. The Chargers is 2-2 versus the Broncos 3-2. 4-5 kick, CBS. The spread is the Chargers giving -3. The total is 35.5. The money line is Denver plus 135. I'm going with the Chargers. The Steelers 3-2 versus the Raiders 2-3. 4-5 p.m. spread. 4-5 p.m. kick, CBS. The spread is Pittsburgh -3. The total is 36.5. The money line is Las Vegas plus 135. I am going with the Steelers in that game. The Lions is 3-1 versus the Cowboys 3-2. 4:25 p.m. kick on Fox. The spread is Detroit -3.5. The total is 52.5. The money line is Dallas plus 145. All right, the Falcons is 3-2 versus the Panthers 1-4. 4:25 p.m. on Fox. The spread is Atlanta -6. 47.5. The money line is Carolina plus 210. I'm going with the Falcons. The Bengals are 1-4 versus the Giants 2-3. 8:20 p.m. kick on NBC / Peacock. The spread is Cincinnati 3.5. The total is 48.5. The money line is New York Giants plus 150. I'm going with the Bengals to win that game. They gotta win that game. That's a must win for the Bengals. All right, Monday night, October 14th, 2024. The Bills are 3-2 going versus the Jets 2-3. 8:15 p.m. kick, ESPN. The spread is Buffalo 2.5. The total is 41.5. The money line is the New York Jets plus 120. I'm going with the Jets to win that game. All right, NFL top headlines. Car oblique leaves Saints lost. MRI is up next. All my sources ESPN is, of course. Band is back together. Juju Hunt star for the Chiefs. The lawyers lawsuit against Browns Watson resolved. That was quick. Sources chief more optimistic about Rice's knee. Prayers up to him. The Raiders Mullen QB1 Adams future status quo. Well, we know that's going to happen. Adams going to get traded here shortly. Raiders need a quarterback. The Packers Dogs moving forward after suspension. Ryans, Texans, Collins, hamstring week to week. McVay ideal if cut back soon, but no guarantee. All right, the NFL standings, the AFC, starting from the bottom to the top. Number 16 is Cincinnati at 1-4. Number 15 is Jacksonville at 1-4. Number 14 is the Patriots at 1-4. Number 13 is Cleveland at 1-4. Number 12 is Tennessee at 1-3. Number 11 is the Colts at 2-3. Number 10 is Miami at 2-3. Number 9 is the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders at 2-3. Number 8 is the Jets at 2-3. Number 7 is the Chargers at 2-2. Number 6 is Denver at 3-2. Number 5 is Pittsburgh at 3-2. Number 4 is Buffalo at 3-2. Number 3 is Baltimore at 3-2. Number 2 is Houston at 4-1. Number 5 is Kansas City at 5-0. Of course, these are just the standings. It's not power rankings. These are just the standings. All right. Starting in the NFC from 16-1, Carolina is 1-4. The Rams are 1-4. San Francisco is 2-3. The Rams is number 15 at 1-4. The 49ers number 14 at 2-3. Number 13 is the Giants at 2-3. Number 12 is Arizona at 2-3. Number 11 is New Orleans at 2-3. Number 10 is Philly at 2-2. Number 9 is Chicago at 3-2. Number 8 is Green Bay at 3-2. Number 7 is Dallas at 3-2. Number 6 is Tampa Bay at 3-2. Number 5 is Seattle at 3-2. Number 4 is ATL at 3-2. Number 3 is Detroit at 3-1. Number 2 is the Washington Commanders at 4-1. Number 1 is Minnesota at 5-0. Got 2 5-0 teams. Probably won't see an undefeated season again since the 72 Dolphins, I believe. They be popping their champagne soon. Maybe KC can do it. I definitely don't think Minnesota do it. Maybe KC can go undefeated. Maybe they the only team that can do it. Maybe that's what they're striving for. Perfect season. All right, NFL stats leaders. Passing, starting from 5-1. Kirk Cousins from Atlanta, 1,373 yards. Brock Purdy for San Francisco, 1,374 yards. C.J. Stroud, number 3. Number 3 is C.J. Stroud for Houston at 1,385. Number 2 is Dak Prescott for Dallas at 1,424. Number 1 is Geno Smith for Seattle at 1,466. Rushing yards. Number 5 is C. Hubert for Carolina at 393. Number 4 is Jay Jacobs for Green Bay at 402. Number 3 is Saquon Barkley for Philly at 435. Number 2 is Jay Mason, San Francisco, 536. Number 1 is Derrick Henry for Baltimore at 572. King Henry, that dude. All right, receiving yards. Number 5 is Jay Reed for Green Bay at 414. Number 4 is DK Metcalf for Seattle at 421. Number 3 is Justin Jefferson, Minnesota at 450. Number 2 is Jay Chase, Cincinnati at 493. Number 1 is N. Collins, Houston at 567. All right, that's the receiving yards. Tackles. Number 5 is B. Baker for Arizona at 52 tackles. Tied for fourth, basically, is Eric E. Kendricks for Dallas at 52 tackles. Tied for number 1 is D. Williams, Buffalo at 54. Tied for number 1 is R. Spilling for the Raiders at 54. Number 1 is E.J. Speed for the Colts at 54 tackles. All right, sacks. You got Mason Crosby for the Raiders is 5-0. I mean, five sacks. You got 3 tied at number 2. Will McDonald for the Jets is 6 sacks. D. Lawrence, the second for the Giants at 6 sacks. Number 2, Kay Van Noy from Baltimore, 6 sacks. Number 1, A. Hutchinson from Detroit, at 6.5 sacks. He leads the league from Detroit. Straight dog. All right. Interceptions. You got 3 tied for number 3, Marlon Humphreys, Baltimore. Number 2, K. Gruger. K. Gruger for Minnesota is number 2. Number 3 is Tyrann Mathieu for New Orleans with 2 picks. K. Joseph, Detroit, at number 2. K. Joseph, Detroit with 3 picks. Number 1 is X. McKinney from Green Bay. Got 5 interceptions already on the season. He is balling. All right. Week 7. Gonna go to college football. Week 7, top 25 NCAA football, top 25. Friday, October 11th, 2024. Number 16, Utah 4-1 versus Arizona 4-1, 10:30 p.m. ESPN. The spread is Utah -6.5. The total is 45.5. The money line is Arizona plus 210. I'm going with Utah. Saturday, October 12th, 2024. Number 18, Kansas State 4-1. Versus Colorado, 4-1 on ESPN. 10-15 kick. The spread is K-State giving 4. The total is 56.5. The money line is Colorado plus 155. I'm going with Coach Prime, of course. I'm going with Colorado. South Carolina is 3-2 versus number 7 Alabama, 4-1. 12 noon kick. ABC/ESPN plus. The spread is Alabama -21. The total is 50.5. The money line is South Carolina 1,000. All right, number 10 Clemson 4-1 versus Wake Forest 2-3. 12 noon kick. The spread on ESPN. The spread is Clemson -20. The total is 60.5. The money line is Wake Forest plus 750. I'm going with Clemson in that game. All right. Number 21, Missouri, 4-1 versus Massachusetts, 1-5, 12 noon p.m., ESPN 2. The spread is Missouri getting -27.5, Massachusetts plus 1,800. I'm going with Missouri. All right, number 1 Texas is 5-0 versus number 8 Oklahoma. The 18 Oklahoma Red River Shootout, 3:30 p.m. Definitely trying to watch that game. ABC/ESPN plus. Spread Texas -14.5. The total is 49.5. The money line is Oklahoma plus 500. Number 4 Penn State is 5-0 versus USC, 3-2, 3:30 p.m. on CBS. The spread is Penn State -5.5. The total is 47.5. The money line is USC plus 180. I'm going with Penn State. All right, Stanford is 2-3 versus number 11 Notre Dame, 4-1, 3:30 p.m. NBC. The spread is Notre Dame -24. The total is 45.5. The money line is Stanford plus 1,300. I'm going with Notre Dame. California 3-2 versus number 22 Pitt, 5-0. 3:30 p.m. kick, ESPN. The spread is Pittsburgh -3. The total is 59.5. The money line is Cal plus 140. I'm going with Pittsburgh. Purdue 1-4 versus number 23 Illinois, 4-1, 3:30 p.m. FS1. The spread is Illinois -20. The total is 50.5. The money line is Purdue plus 800. I am going with Illinois to win that game. Arizona 3-2 versus number 14 BYU, 5-0, 4 p.m. kick on Fox. The spread is BYU -55. 4 p.m. 4:15. Okay, the spread is. Hold on, where am I? Okay, the spread is BYU -5.5. The money line is Arizona plus 190. I am going with BYU to win that game. The total is 49.5. I don't know if I said that. All right. You got Mississippi State 1-4 versus number 5 Georgia, 4-1. 4:15 p.m. on SEC. The spread is Georgia -32. The total is 53.5. Mississippi State plus 2,500. I'm going with Georgia. All right, Florida 3-2 versus number 8 Tennessee, 4-1. 7 p.m. kick, ESPN. The spread is Tennessee 15.5. The total is 54.5. The money line is Florida plus 500. Tennessee is 4-1. All right, number 2 Ohio State 5-0. Definitely want to see this game versus number 3 Oregon, 5-0. 7:30 p.m. NBC on NBC. The spread is Ohio State -3. The total is 52.5. The money line is Oregon plus 135. All right, number 9 Ole Miss 5-1 versus LSU. Number 13 LSU. Some good college football this weekend. versus number 13 LSU 4-1 on ABC 7:30 p.m. ESPN Plus. The spread is Ole Miss -3. The total is 64.5. The money line is LSU plus 130. I am going with Ole Miss to win that game. Alright, number 11, Iowa State 5-0. West Virginia 3-2. 8 p.m. on Fox. The spread is Iowa State -3. The total is 51.5. The money line is West Virginia 13.5. I am going with Iowa State. Alright, number 17, Boise State 4-1 versus Hawaii 2-3. 11 p.m. spread. 11 p.m. kick on CBS. The spread is Boise -21. The total is 61.5. The money line is Hawaii plus 1,000. I'm going with Boise State. Alright. Get some water. A little stuffy. Alright, you got turn on this AC, man. It's cold as hell. Man, it's crazy. Knock that heat off. Alright, we got NCAA top headlines week 7. Bama DB laments outburst in the Vandy game. Yeah, he was wilding. Horns expert Ewers to be ready to start versus OU. I guess they're not going with Archie Manning. Bone to pick, Bulldog smart. Wants fans louder. Come on, bro, just win the game. Landmark College settlement gets preliminary okay. Tides Otis to redshirt transfer over playing time. Notre Dame sack leader Torian done for the season. Vanderbilt, Arkansas fine for fans storming field. Who cares? They won the game. They ain't tripping off of that. Iowa running back Williams, wide receiver Brown to enter portal. Is what it is. All right, the WNBA Finals is tonight at you got the Sun 28-12 versus the Lynx 30-10. That's the regular season records. 8 p.m. ESPN 2. WNBA semifinals. Game 5. The series is tied 2-2. The spread is Minnesota -4.5. The total is 51.5. The money line is Connecticut plus 160. I am going with the Lynx to win that game tonight. Going with the Lynx to win that game tonight. Alright. MLB playoffs. You got the Tigers 3 versus the Guardians 0. ALDS. Game 2. Series tied at 1-1. The Royals 4. The Yankees 2. ALDS. Game 2. Series tied at 1-1. Tuesday, October 8th. You got the Phillies. Their regular season record was 95-67 versus the Mets, 89-73. 5:08 first pitch. Fox Sports 1. NLDS Game 3, series tied 1-1. I'm going with the Phillies. The money line is Phillies -110 at New York Mets -110. The total is 7.5 runs. You got the Dodgers 98-64 versus the Padres 93-69. 9:08 p.m. first pitch. Fox Sports 1. NLDS Game 3, series tied 1-1. The money line is the Dodgers plus 130 at San Diego -155. The total is 7.5. All right. I believe that's going to wrap up this week's podcast. Gave it to you straight, no chaser. I'll see y'all next week, man. This was Teamendless83 podcast, episode 44, NFL Week 5, titled Comeback Season. Baby, it's a comeback season, baby. Endless, baby, in the building. Endless in the building. You know what it do. God is, God did, God first. Alright? Respect each other, man. Live for God. Go get saved. Go get baptized, man. Go to church. Get the word. Start your week off right. Get your anointing oil. Anoint yourself. Pray every day, man. Keep chasing your dreams. Don't let the devil win, man. We on a fight every day. Alright? Make wise decisions. Make wise decisions. Trust God. Trust the process, man. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night. I will see y'all next Tuesday for another podcast. I'm wrapping up. If you on IG, listen to the outro music. I think I'm gonna go with Eminem Legacy today. Cause this is my legacy. That's how I'm feeling. Alright, YouTube, we wrapping up. Gonna upload it. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell. I appreciate everything. Appreciate all the followers, all the feedback, everything, man. Just doing it for God. Coach Ken, you know what I'm saying? Endless training, man. Basketball, if you need that, come holler at your boy, man. I know everything basketball. God is, God did, man. You know what I'm saying? Praying for everybody. Mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, nieces, nephews, cousins, friends, enemies. Praying for everybody, man. Everybody around the board, man. Everybody be blessed. I'm out of here. Check this outro music on the Instagram.